country or finding greener pastures abroad. But luckily, there is an importance or significance of becoming an entrepreneur. This is the time you've all been waiting for to find out what really happened in Hazina Accelerated program Cohort 3. And none other than the magnificent Managing Director of Hazina Advisory Service Limited, Mr. Mwatata Juma, joining me in the whole conversation about how the program was. Mr. Mwatata, how are you?
Hello. Good.
It's been great, because normally everyone was anticipating towards the Cohort 1, Cohort 2. Now there is Cohort 3, and it's not just 50 people, 100 people. We're talking about 269 applicants from all over the region. Tell us the significance of joining an accelerated program.
Thank you very much. Indeed, this to us is quite significant because this has been a journey.
Yeah.
As Hazina Development Trust Limited, as the mother company, and as Hazina Advisory Services Limited, this has been a great journey because we began Cohort 1, where we only had 6 applicants.
Whoa, okay.
And then we moved to Cohort 2, where we had we received 60 applicants. And here we are in the third cohort with 269 applicants
from
all over the country, basically cutting across all the formerly 8 provinces of Kenya. So joining this program to us is critical because entrepreneurs all over the world face challenges. And we came up with this program because we felt that there was a gap that we could fill in trying to address the key pain points that entrepreneurs face. And therefore, for them that are joining or will join, will definitely, number one, be able to access funding finally for those that will succeed in the final segment. But over and above funding, there will be training for those who will move up to the training session. They will go through a 1-week training workshop, which again will give them more knowledge and impact them in terms of skills. But over and above that, even those who will not make it to the final 10 or 25, there is continuous mentorship that they can access to address so many other issues, starting from how to start from the very basic. How do you start a business? How do you identify business ideas? How do you run your business? How do you get the market? How do you monetize your ideas? So all these are the benefits of joining this program. And also it gives them the opportunity to network amongst themselves so that they can be able to find markets, find new opportunities, be able to identify other areas they could engage in terms of expanding their businesses. So we feel, in a nutshell, joining such a program is quite beneficial to the individuals because it expands their horizons in terms of addressing the issues that affect entrepreneurs, especially in this region and in this country and beyond this country. But for now, we are in Kenya, and therefore we are addressing the issues that entrepreneurs face in their journey of entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much. And if you're still joining us, remember this is a program which is enabling a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are seeking to make a difference or make a change concerning their career. My name is Dalila Hamza, and beside me is Mr. Mwatata, who's also a motivator. Someone asking me, like, the transition that has been there from Cohort 1, Cohort 2, and now 3, the criteria which was used to actually analyze that kind of, all those kind of applicants. Maybe you could tell us what kind of criteria you guys used.
Thank you very much. Indeed, I know many of the entrepreneurs would really want to hear how we looked at 269 applications. It wasn't easy, but looking at the criteria that we used at the point of application, that gave us, or that gives the guideline in terms of what do we look out for when determining who qualifies from the 269 to enter the coveted 50 so that they can proceed. Number one, we are looking at what are they doing in terms of, are they solving a genuine problem in society? So are we able to identify what problem they're solving? So that was the first criteria that we looked at for all the applicants. And unfortunately, quite a number of them could not be able to explain themselves. They got lost in trying to explain what they do. And therefore, we were able to pick up those who had serious and genuine problems that they were solving. The next thing is, if we look at your business model, is it a model that can be scaled? Is it a model that we can grow? Is it a model that can move from where they are presently to a higher level in terms of business volumes and profitability? That also is very, very critical for us to determine who qualifies or who moves into the 50. We're also looking at, do they have an existing product that is already generating revenue or has a potential to generate revenue? So a minimum existing product that either is generating revenues now or will generate revenues in the future. That also is very, very critical, so that we could be able to see, is this a business for profits or is it a not-for-profit organization? Then we also looked at, is their business environmentally friendly? Environmentally friendly. We are looking at the current situations that we are facing globally. So will your business continue to operate in a manner that protects and safeguards the environment, or is it one that will degrade the environment? But over and above that, we're also looking at the entrepreneurs themselves in terms of their skills, in terms of their experiences, and whether what they are doing vis-a-vis their own skills, there is a match between the two. But we're also looking at, are they just in business or are they entrepreneurs?
Okay, so there's a difference between that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that also must come out clearly. Okay. Are you just in the business of buying and selling, or are you an entrepreneur? And we determine this by problem vis-a-vis solutions that they offer, so that it is not just an issue of wanting to make money, but it's an issue of creating value in society. So also, we look at social impact. How will your business, or how is it currently impacting the society? So all those areas were critical to determine whether somebody moves from the 269 to the 50. Yes.
The entire Accelerator program is a game changer. We see different lives are going to change because of this kind of program. So when you were looking at the previous cohorts, the transition, did you expect this kind of number to actually increase to 269?
To be very sincere answering this question, definitely we expected an increase. But in terms of hitting these numbers, we were not very sure that we will hit those numbers. But yes, we knew the numbers would increase because a number of things that we have done. Number one, Of course, cohort 1 was basically a learning experience for us. And we looked at the weaknesses, the failures, what we didn't do right, and then we tried to correct in cohort 2. And then also we brought in a number of partners as we were launching cohort 2 and cohort 3. We also looked at the issue of publicity, and we had ambassadors from cohort 1 and cohort 2. So we knew the numbers would definitely go up. But in terms of whether we were hitting 260s, it is a good, it's a great achievement and a milestone, which means that the program is gaining more and more people interested, and also the awareness levels are going up, but also the need. It means there's a genuine need that we are addressing. That's why many people are joining the program. So yes, we need the numbers to go up.
Okay, on the same note, we see applicant distribution by regions. I was actually surprised of you. I was so surprised in leading the rest of the applicants.
Thank you, that's quite interesting, but also there are a number of reasons I think contributed to this. Number one, because we are looking at even the applications themselves. Many of them were basically in two categories. We had mainly agriculture oriented and IT, or rather e-commerce. So that also tells you regions that are basically fully accepting and appreciating the importance of those sectors. We had so many areas, but those two sectors, e-commerce, ICT, and agriculture, were leading. So I think it points to the fact that those regions, Nyanza for example, maybe could be much into agriculture, as opposed to Nairobi, which is more urban and the capital city. So it may not be into agriculture, but maybe into e-commerce and other sectors. But then also it points to the fact that the levels of appreciation of entrepreneurship in the various regions. Interestingly, we are majorly in the coastal region, and yet we don't have many applicants who made it through, or even in the applications themselves. So that tells you also the level of appreciation of entrepreneurship could be wanting, and therefore it needs to be scaled up. Maybe there is a huge gap in, first of all, enlightening young people and business and entrepreneurs to understand and to appreciate the importance of entrepreneurship, so that they can be able to take up such opportunities. But also, maybe some of them have not yet fully understood the importance of such programs. And that will explain why some regions have higher numbers. Nyanza is leading as opposed to other parts of the country.
Absolutely. I think, Mr. Mwatata, we're going to have a more conversation concerning the accelerated program. Why should we participate in the first place? Do we wait for white-collar jobs, or what kind of step are we taking? Lastly, what are you telling those who have qualified among the 50 applicants, as well as those who have missed this kind of opportunity?
Thank you. Definitely, we are saying that entrepreneurship is the way to go, because nations and economies are built by entrepreneurs. So the white-collar jobs are basically stepping stones, so you don't have to wait for you to be employed by somebody else. You can employ other people. We know not all of us will be entrepreneurs, but we can have a big number of us being entrepreneurs. So yes, let us not wait for white-collar jobs. Now, to those who have made it to the 50, I'm saying, first of all, to all the applicants, congratulations.
Congratulations.
You took your time to apply for this program, congratulations. And to those that have made it to the 50, I am saying another congratulations to you. and welcome on board so that you can now pitch your ideas and your whatever you have for us before the panel of judges, so that we can determine who moves to the next level. For those who have not made it, it's not all lost. We shall be informing you of other programs. Number one, you can access mentorship. Number two, there will be a training also for those that will not make it to the 50, who have not made it to the 50. A training that will take you through a number of issues in terms of foundations of entrepreneurship, how to start your business, how to run your business, how to finance your businesses, and all those things that will enhance your capacity, so that next time you'll be better equipped and ready to partake of such opportunities.
Thank you.
So yes, it's not all lost.
Okay, yes, it's not all lost. Thank you, Mr. Mwatata. It's been amazing. On this entrepreneur ecosystem, you're all with us. I'd like to salute you. Congratulations from where you are. Remember that this is just a start of something beautiful. All the best to our participants. Oleg, I'm your host, the leader Hamza. We'll be bringing you a lot of programs concerning entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss this, and it's only here in Hazina Advisory Service Limited.